G'day and welcome to Fortress Learning. So, you've made the decision to get your training and assessment qualification, but now you need to choose a training provider, and that can be a confusing task in itself because not all RTOs are the same. So, I'm here to give you some helpful tips about the things to consider when choosing the course options and training provider that's right for you. There are plenty of RTOs out there offering the Cert 4 in training and assessment, which makes it hard to know who to study with, particularly when they all promise the moon and stars, but some programs are more like dodgy carnival rides than quality training courses. So how do you choose the right one? Whether you're fired up and motivated to get your qualification so you can share your wisdom with others, or you're doing it just because you have to, the Cert 4 in training and assessment is no walk in the park. So you might as well choose an RTO that will give you the best and most enjoyable experience possible while still ensuring that you can walk into a job with confidence once you graduate. So let's take a look at some of the key things you should consider before choosing the RTO that's right for you. You definitely wouldn't expect pizzas to taste the same if they came from different restaurants, and the same applies to course content and resources from different RTOs. They're simply not the same. Some RTOs choose to buy generic third-party resources that often lack consideration of the learner experience. It's a bit like a fast food option where what you get never really looks like the picture and you often end up with something that's hard to digest. On the other hand, some RTOs craft their learning resources like gourmet chefs in an educational kitchen. They use only the finest ingredients, including the skills and knowledge of seasoned trainers and assessors, to prepare and plate up a truly memorable learning experience. If you're new to the training and assessment universe, you'll be facing an avalanche of new terminology and procedures. It can feel a bit like learning a new language, and although it's exciting, it can be a tad overwhelming. Making sure that you have the right kind of support available when you need it is a major consideration when choosing your training provider. Cheaper course prices are appealing, but it often means limited support, which could leave you stranded when you need the help the most. You might even have to get out the credit cards and pay extra when you need a helping hand. Depending on how much support you need, pay-as-you-go support options may end up costing you more in the end, not just financially, but also in the precious time lost as you try to make sense of the course on your own. While cheap often means pay-as-you-go support, it isn't always a bad thing. If the learning resources are of a high quality and you're an independent and self-motivated lone wolf learner, you may not need all that additional support. So don't pay for something you won't use. Either way, it's an important decision that you'll need to make when choosing the right RTO for you. Here are some tips for questions you could ask to get details about the course support at different RTOs to help you make the right decision. Ask them what's included in their support package and are there different options available. If you were to choose a pay-as-you-go support option, ask them what it will cost you if you need some help. Find out how the support is provided and will you have options based on your own needs and preferences, such as over-the-phone support, email, or even live video chat. Also ask when you can access this support. Is it just during regular business hours, or are there morning and evening options for those early birds and night owls amongst us? If you need to reach out for help, how long will you have to wait? Will the lifeboat come quickly, or will you be left stranded? Don't forget to ask who provides the support. Are they qualified Australian trainers, or are they simply unqualified support staff reading from a pre-prepared script? The more information you can gather, the easier it will be for you to decide about the course provider that's going to be right for you. The delivery modes offered can vary amongst different RTOs, so it's important to find out what's available and to consider your own situation before making any decisions. Your location, available timeframes, your technical skills, and available resources can guide you in making the right decision about the delivery mode that will best suit you. Here's the details about the most common modes of delivery. Let's start with the face-to-face classroom. This is a more traditional approach to delivery where the trainer will facilitate the content to a learner group who are all in the same physical location. This is a social learning environment that allows for group interaction to occur, as well as having immediate access to the trainer or teacher to support you when you need it. The downside here is that it's often more expensive and you will need to commute to and from a venue, which takes extra time and money. You'll also need to be available for scheduled classes, which are generally not flexible, and you'll probably need to carry your computer and other equipment with you to and from the venue each day. A more modern delivery mode option is the virtual classroom, which is similar in many ways to the face-to-face classroom. The training still happens live with the trainer and in an interactive group environment. But rather than being in the same physical location, the group meets virtually via an online learning platform like Zoom. The good thing is there's no travel time or expenses, and you get to study in the comfort of your own home. Online training platforms also offer some interactive and engaging features that are simply not available in a traditional face-to-face classroom. For this delivery mode, you will need some savvy technical skills. You'll need an up-to-date computer system with the required software installed and a fast and reliable internet connection, as well as a quiet location to study that's free from noisy distractions like kids or housemates. The self-paced online learning option allows you to manage your own learning schedule. You'll have access to online learning resources, activities, and assessments that you'll work through on your own at a pace that's as flexible as a yoga instructor. There are no set daily routines, no travel times and expenses. You'll just need to make sure you complete everything within your enrollment period. The downside of this mode is that it can get lonely without any group interaction to share your ideas with. And depending on the package you choose, there may be extra fees for support and one-on-one trainer time. And you'll need to be very self-motivated to escape the procrastination temptation. The blended delivery mode is a bit like a mixtape of the other three options. The blended option provides some live group sessions that could be delivered face-to-face in person and/or in a virtual classroom where you'll get the comfort and support of group interaction as well as live teacher support. You'll also be required to complete some of the course content solo through the self-paced study mode where you can set your own pace based on your own lifestyle and commitments. Just like the face-to-face and virtual delivery modes, there will be some scheduled classes that you'll need to attend, and you will need to keep yourself motivated and on track to complete those solo self-paced parts of the course. Remember also that if you need additional support, it could also potentially cost you extra. The most important consideration when choosing a study mode option is to be sure that it suits your own particular needs and lifestyle. This will lead to a more rewarding and satisfying study journey. Slow assessment marking turnaround times could cause your study journey to take a lot longer than you may have planned. It's worth asking what the RTO's assessment marking policy is before signing up. For many of us, there is sweet relief in knowing how you're progressing before leaping into the next assessment task. When choosing an RTO to study with, oldies are not always goodies. Just because an RTO has been around for a long time, it doesn't make them the best. It's definitely worth checking out independent reviews like Trustpilot and Google reviews to see exactly what other people's experiences have been like. You can also visit training.gov.au to find out information about RTOs and if there are any non-compliant actions pending against them. This can certainly help you to determine if the RTOs you're considering are offering a quality service to their students or if they're taking shortcuts. Ultimately, the decision is yours, but hopefully the tips I've shared with you here will help take the stress out of choosing the RTO that's right for you to complete your training and assessment qualification. If you'd like to know more, contact our friendly team right here at Fortress Learning on 1300 141 994.